Philosophy is the science of truth. This is a quote by Aristotle. And this really encapsulates what philosophy is all about. You know, this the understanding of truth. You know, the understanding of the way things function in the society, right? I just added, well, because each philosopher has their own little thing that they add to it, and I just added a universal aspects to it. You know, instead of just understanding what happens here on this pebble, why not understand what goes on beyond? You know what I'm saying? What what forces are in place that keep this pebble the way it is? What is beyond? You know, what makes the sun work the way it does? What makes the clouds move the way they do? Why does the sky operate in such a function? Why is the moon functioning in such a way? Why do the stars move like that? And how are all these things interconnected into our reality? I try and just go to that other step because I think universal understanding provides a sense of clarity and a sense of, there's a sense of there's a sense of, usefulness that can be applied to these things, right? Because it says that, hold on, what we know so far is it's only a fraction of what is out there, you know, and whatever's out there, there could be more. Imagine discovering a new philosophical idea that could be proved very useful to you, something completely brand new from you know from beyond the stars. Wouldn't that be something that would be useful to you? you know um Something that has been around for a long, maybe even longer than what we can conceptualize. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that be something that would be useful? you know and because everything is interconnected, I feel like, you know there are kind of ways to sort of, peer beyond this veil and see the mechanisms in which this universe functions, and how certain life forms in this universe have functioned to produce a certain type of greatness, far greater than what's ever been done on this pebble, you know? And I feel like that is something that, it's something that's always interested me, because I've always sort of seen the world like this. Since I was young, I've always seen the world as the universe, not just the pebble. I've always seen it on that kind of a scale, you know? And, that's something that I've always really, really sought to ponder, you know? So yeah, just wanted to ponder that.